HATEOAS, Hypermedia as the engine of application state. We have discussed this concept in earlier chapters while talking about REST architecture principles. However, it is such an important principle of REST that I will not hesitate to explain it again. As I said earlier, HATEOAS sounds complex and a bit weird, but it's very easy to understand because we use this feature every day. You see, one of the objectives of REST architecture is that for you to complete a process, all you should need to know is the resource address and some bare minimum additional things like media type, etc., but mainly the address. This bare minimum knowledge of address should be enough for you to complete your task. HATEOAS helps in achieving this objective, and you experience this whenever you open a website to do something. Let's say you want to buy a television from Amazon.com. What information about this service you need to know before you buy the product? All you need to know is the address of the resource, which in this case is www.amazon.com. You type the address in your browser and here you got the home page. In the home page, I don't see anything related to television, but I found a link saying shop all departments, which will show me all the departments. I clicked on this link and found the electronics category. In this category, there are several links, but I have to buy a TV, so I clicked on this link. Then I found some amazing offer of immediate shipment, so I clicked on this picture. I selected one of the TV, then I added it to cart, and then I will check out. So I completed my task of buying a TV with the only knowledge that I have to start with was address of the resource, the URI, www.amazon.com. Remaining all the things were driven by hyperlinks. These links helped me to navigate through all the application states, and ultimately I completed my task. In a way, these hyperlinks were the engine of application state. We prefer to call these links as hypermedia because these links can be text, picture, video, or any media type. That's why we call hypermedia as the engine of application state. So far, so good. But here we gave the example of a website where the client or the user of the service is human being like me who is understanding these hypermedia and making a good use of it to retrieve all information. But when it comes to web service, client or the user of that service is a program written in Java or any other language and deployed in a machine. So if a server is returning a link, how useful it is for a client program and what are the advantages? First advantage you will see is that it hides address of the resource behind logical name. When I will explain you how to give link to resources in the response, you will see that along with the link, server returns a logical name. This is very helpful because if for some reason we have to change that address of that resource, it will not break the client code because it is using the logical name of the link and not the actual link. Second advantage is that you can give information in small chunks. Suppose client is asking for some database records and you have thousands and thousands of records to send back. Of course, you will not like to do that because that can have a very negative impact on performance. Here comes your hyperlinks for the rescue. You can give a limited number of records and a link to retrieve more records. Third advantage is you can control client behavior at runtime. At runtime, server can decide what links can be provided to client and what cannot depending on the situation. Suppose client sent a request to buy a product. When server sends first response, it may send a link to cancel the purchase if client wants to cancel it. However, once the product is shipped, server will not send the cancel link and client will not be able to cancel the purchase. So you see how server can control client behavior by providing or not providing links to do a task. So in this chapter we learn what is HATEOAS and why you should use it in web services. In next chapter we will discuss the concept of Atom XML, which is used to implement HATEOAS in REST web services.